Charismatic presence. I believe every one of us has it. It is that yummy inner spark, that life force that lights us up. And I believe that it is our duty to fan the flame of that charismatic presence so that it is just overflowing, especially when we step into spotlight moments that matter. Charismatic presence. The more maximized it is, the more people want to lean in, the more people want to learn from you, the more people want to trust you. The less maximized it is, well, there are consequences. Case in point, I want you to imagine me, 23 years old, a brand new actress in New York City, pursuing my dream, becoming a Broadway actor. And I'm over the moon because I've just been called and told that I have an audition for my very first Broadway musical. Hallelujah! And so I get all gussied up, fancy. It's for a musical called Nine. It's for the role of Claudia, a glamorous actress. And I splurge on a cab, which takes me to the stage door at this big Broadway theater. And I stand there and I am, my charismatic presence at that point is sparking. You know, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling good. I knock on the door. It swings open. A stage manager ushers me in. I look, I show him my name, and then my eyes adjust to the darkness backstage, and I notice, to my horror, oh, there's a lot of other women in here. I'm not the only one. I thought I was going to be the only one, but no, there's all these actresses, and oh my God, they're gorgeous. And they seem so poised and so incredibly professional. And some of them are vocalizing. And they're stretching out, and they seem to know exactly what to do. And I've never had a Broadway audition before. And all of a sudden, Mo and Schmo, my little inner judges, leap onto my shoulder, and they start hissing, limiting beliefs into my ear. Oh my God, who do you think you are, Eleni? Come on already. You don't deserve to be here. You've never auditioned for Broadway before. You're not ready to audition for Broadway. They are. And then, all of a sudden, their voices sound like my dad when I told him that I wanted to go to New York and be an actress. And one of them says, oh, Eleni, you have stars in your eyes. Don't you know that there are other people who are better than you are? That's the worst. And now I'm like dancing in my head with Mo and Schmo. And as this is happening, my charismatic presence is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And I'm sphinctering up, you know. I'm just sphinctering up. And I'm so caught up in my head that I don't realize it's my turn to go on. And the stage manager gestures for me. He parts the curtain. I step onto the stage and I'm blinded by the light. Whoa! And then I see there's this dark audience. I can't see a thing out there. There's got to be people out there who are judging me. And the stage manager says, Eleni Kelakos. He butchers my name, naturally. And from the darkness of the audience, I hear, we haven't got all day. Take your music, take it over to the accompanist, and begin. Hand it over to the accompanist. He snatches it out of my hand and instantly plays the first bars of the song. Oh my God, I'm not quite ready. I open my mouth. I start to sing. I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places. And as I'm singing, it's like I'm having this out-of-body experience. It's like I'm hanging over myself, looking down at myself as my lips move. I mean, I am just dancing still with Mo and Schmo. And those limiting beliefs, and somehow or other I get through the rest of the song. And now I'm getting to that part with the money note. You know, you're going to end with a bang, right? I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, and I'll be singing, yeah! And I sphincter out this note. It's like, I don't even know. This note has nothing to do with anything in this song. Nothing. And I stand there in total, utter shame, in silence. And from the darkness of the audience, that disembodied voice says, "Thank you. Next." And I slink off the stage. And I walk through the darkness with all those other real actresses. And I burst out into the Manhattan sunlight. And tears just flow because I know I have not performed at my peak. And that my charismatic presence was in little tiny splinters around me. Has that ever happened to you? I mean, I'm not saying, you know, maybe you're singing a song on a Broadway stage for a Broadway audition, but you know what I'm talking about, stepping into a really important spotlight moment, like a pitch, you know, with an important client, or a presentation that really matters, or a radio program with a big reach. And all of a sudden, Mo and Schmo are hanging out, dancing in your head, and you get thrown by what I call the lies that bind you. The lies that bind you. Oh, baby. You know, I know stuff happens, but the fact is we have to be able to function to the best of our abilities in these spotlight moments. It really matters. We can't afford to bomb, simply put. And the thing is, there's not a person in this room who cannot be thrown, including me. Every one of us, something can trigger us into playing small. Something can trigger us into stepping right into the comparison trap and thinking, I'm not as good as they are. It's true. I got to tell you, I've been working with people just like you for 21 years now. CEOs, CFOs, people with a lot of O's, people running things, thought leaders, amazing humans, educated, smart. They can be thrown. I know this because I have them do something. I have them list their lies that bind. Copious numbers of lies that bind, that sound like this. You're not educated enough to be taken seriously. You're stupid, and everyone can tell. You're too fat. You're too fat, and people are going to make fun of you. I am serious. I've seen that one. You're not sophisticated enough. You are not a cufflink lawyer. You didn't go to Ivy League schools, so you, by comparison to your colleagues, are worthless. You can't read in public because you barely graduated from high school. What gives you the right to present as a CEO? Yeah. Do you know what I have my clients do? I have them take that list of lies that bind and turn every single one of those lies that bind into what I call a power phrase. A power phrase is simply going to the core of the issue of that lie that binds and turning it inside out like a sock. Basically, taking it and creating a positive, useful, affirming phrase, something doable. For example, if you wrote No one takes you seriously, you stupid doo-doo head, because that's what they sound like. You might write, because I take myself seriously, others do too. A strong I statement. Yes, doable. And then you marry yourself to these. You marry yourself to it. You listen to it. You read it. Listen to it meaning record it. Listen to it, listen to it, listen to it. Read it, read it, read it. Say it, say it, say it. Cancel out the limiting belief. The more you do that, the more grass grows, weeds grow on the old beliefs that do nothing but harm you and make your beautiful, charismatic presence shrink. I ask you, as a young actress, just help me. And what I learned is this. I could do that for myself and help myself maximize my charismatic presence, banish mo and schmo. So you know what I did? You know that awful lie that bound me, the one that my father actually did say, well-meaning, worried for me, yet painful. I turned it on its ear. Instead of other people are better than you are, I came up with who I am and what I bring is more than good enough. And I owned it. I owned it. And so when I had the opportunity to go back in front of that same casting agency, which, by the way, would not see me for 3 years. Do you know why? Because I bombed. And they said to my agent, Eleni can't sing. We begged for 3 years for them to see me. 3 years of missed opportunities. But you know what? I did the work. I got out of my own way. I pushed mo and schmo aside. I generated that charismatic presence from the inside out, and I stepped into that audition room, and I knocked it out of the park. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, and I'll be seeing you. The note was spot on. Yes! I got a call back. Did I get the gig? No. I didn't get the gig because the whole project fell through. But after that, they saw me again and again. This is what it takes. You're the only one who can do this. You're the only one who can help yourself get rid of the lies that bind, replace them with power phrases so that you can step into these spotlight moments that can make or break your agency. That is the truth. Nobody can do that except you. So I encourage you to do the work. Do the work to manage your limiting beliefs because you matter. Your voice matters. And your yummy charismatic presence matters. Use your words to change your world. Thank you.